Yo, YouTube.
Welcome back to another TC Twosome video.
Welcome back to another tips and tricks video. So, we double dipped today. We did just film a putting game as well. That'll probably be up before this. So if you have not seen it, go check it out. Link will be in the description. So today we're going to try to help you get out of a bunker. Few tips to make it easy. A few different bunker shots that you'll probably encounter on the course. What we'd like to help you with, rather than just a standard I got to get it out. What are a few there you think we'll talk about?
I think we'll both talk about what each of us try to feel and imagine when we hit bunker shots. I mean, everyone hits it different. Everyone has their own thoughts that will help them hit shots, get out of the bunkers. So what we say may not work for you.
Yeah.
But we're going to at least try to show you what our thought process is and see if it could end up helping you out, because I think some of the things that I do may not be super common, especially, and so
Yeah.
and somehow they work really well for me.
Yeah, the good thing is we both go to the same coach, so we have similar bunker thoughts and technique because we do learn it from the same. It might be a little different. Let us know if it's different. Let us know what you feel, but we'll try to help you with what we feel. And I feel like we're both pretty good bunker players. Would you agree? You're definitely very good out of the bunker. I'm hit or miss, but hopefully you're watching this because you are struggling a little bit and we can help you out. We'll go through like buried lie, have maybe chunk and run from the bunker, having to get it up as quickly, and then the really hard, dreaded maybe 40 to 50 yard bunker shot. That's one that I actually hit pretty well, so hopefully I can give you some tips. So let's go get in the sand.
Let's go get dirty.
Let's go get dirty. So we have finally arrived at the bunker. It only took us 5 minutes. We're trying to get the shot in the bunker and the shot that we're hitting. So we're hitting over there to that flag. I think the first thing we like to talk about is the wedge that you're using in the bunker.
I tend to use my 58 if I'm within probably 20 yards of the pin. If I just need to get it up and quick, then I will always use my 58. But once it gets longer, I do tend to then just kind of feel it out and then go up to a 54 if I have like the 20 to 30 yard and just continue going up.
Yeah, I think that's really important, finding one that you hit consistently to get it out. So I actually use my 54 mostly because I am opening it up in the bunker, and that obviously makes it more of like a 58 to 60, but not always sticking to one wedge is important depending on the shot. So what is your main feel if we're just going to that flag and you just got to get it out? What's your feel?
So the first thing I always do is how I grip my bunker shots. My coach at a tournament a long time ago, when I just could not hit a bunker shot to save my life, he said just take your pinky off the club. So I grip it like this. I don't know if the camera can see, but I always take my left pinky off the club, and it just, now I've gotten so confident with it. I think at the time it was just mainly used to get my mind off of it, and it just kind of a little confidence boost. So
that's a very interesting thing.
I take my pinky off the club, surprisingly, but I really just try to feel and imagine that I'm going to hit the sand out of the bunker. So I really just try to feel like I'm hitting the sand onto the green. That's really my thought.
I've never heard you say that before. That's actually really interesting. And that's number one. People will go, that struggle, they're not hitting the sand enough. And then the second thing they really struggle with is kind of decelerating. You got to have speed through the sand or the ball's not going to get out. If you sit there and you dig at it, or you don't open the club face and you're not sweeping the sand, the ball's not getting out. So let's go ahead and hit it for you.
And I mean, I have wrist issues, so for me, I have a hard time getting any kind of spin on my sand shots. So I think generally for women, it's just harder to get that speed. So he's really good with getting spin on his bunker shots, whereas mine tend to roll out a little bit more because I can't get it up and down as quick as he can.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that either. So Taylor, obviously, she's opening up the face, she's digging into the sand, getting in, and she's just gonna.
And it is in the front of my stance.
It's in the front of her stance, so you'll want it in the front. If you are opening the wedge face, you don't want it too far back, or you won't be able to sweep the sand. So she's just gonna try to feel like she's hitting the sand on the green right now.
Ooh, the bunker is hard.
The more practice you hit out of bad bunkers is actually pretty good, because you can never expect to have a great lie in a bunker anyway. All right, so we came to the side of Taylor. Just to kind of show you stance, club face, etc. before she hits the shot. So Taylor, you put it where in your stance?
I put it towards the front of my stance. I have forward lean, my club face is pretty wide open.
Yeah, for sure.
Pinky.
Yeah, no pinky. Go ahead and hit it. So that was really nice. So the one thing Taylor and I both do is we keep our weight on our left side, because you're hitting the bunker shot mostly with your arms. You're not using your body. So I think always staying and having kind of like a knee flex. Having knee flex, and as you saw Taylor kind of put down and she left her weight on this side, it lets your arms just kind of pass your body and swing, because you're not going to want to use your body too much in the bunker. You want to dig your feet in and stay solid and just kind of keep that weight to your left side, and then just let your arms do it like Taylor said, just kind of hitting the sand onto the green. Show it again. And so now that they know that we talked about it, you'll kind of see that Taylor does keep her weight on the left side, and she's just hitting the sand. You see she doesn't move much. She's opening her body after impact, but the weight stayed pretty much mostly on that foot. She does have the ball more forward and the club face is open. So while we're doing that, I think this is go ahead and if you don't mind, grab a golf ball. So this is a really good drill. I think, you know how Tim draws a line in the sand?
Yeah.
Okay, can you show that? So you're drawing a line where you're going to hit the sand. So Taylor did draw a line. It's about 1 inch, maybe 2 behind the golf ball. That's what you're going to want to hit. It's what you're going to want to splash to get the ball out of it. As you saw, she hit that perfectly right where she drew that line. So that's a really good thing to do. When you're drawing a line, it kind of depicts where pretty much you want it in your stance, and then that's where you're going to be hitting the sand. You want to hit behind it and kind of splash it, and just let your arms do it and hit the sand on the green. Taylor and I we play bunker shots very similarly. So I just grip down on the club a little bit. It gives me a little more feel. I don't like to feel it too much. I just kind of let the wedge do it. So I don't move my body. So when I set to it, you're gonna open the face a little bit, and obviously with the face being open, you're gonna have to aim just a skosh left. You don't want to have it too far open because you'll start pulling it, but you're gonna want to open it to set, where the wedge face is toward your target. So I'm gonna have it to the right. I'm gonna open it, and then obviously you're gonna open the sand. So it's the same thing as hitting a flop shot. And then what I like to feel, it's just kind of like my arms going around me, kind of like on the arc, so that you're not coming in too steep and digging the sand. You're just kind of letting the club do it. You just almost kind of let your hands pass your body and let the wedge just kind of turn over. A little something like that. If you would have saw that, it was actually really good. Exactly where I was landing.
Tyler is going to demonstrate. Bunkers out here on our course tend to be a little bit on the thinner side, and so he is going to demonstrate techniques and tips on how to actually hit a bunker when you have a really thin, hard lie.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're in kind of like a hard pan, or it's almost kind of clay in the sand, what we like to do is kind of be a little hingy. I grip down a little bit just so I don't have as much wedge. You're going to want to kind of hinge your arms and just almost, it sounds bad, but you're going to kind of want to stab at it. So you can get down, hit down. When there's no sand, you kind of want it to react like there is sand. So what you want to do is kind of be steep and hit down on it. So let me see if I can do that. The other thing I kind of did, so if it was really hard, I don't think that shot's going to work, and you're kind of screwed to begin with. But as you kind of saw, I took more of the sand than was actually there. It had nothing under it, but I did kind of hinge. I hinge here, kind of like I'm just setting the club, and then I'm just being really steep and hitting down on it. Taylor's gonna come behind me so you can see how kind of like steep I am, and I'm almost stabbing at it. So I'm probably not gonna open my stance as much because there's no sand. You're gonna hit it with a bounce at that point. So you probably wanna open it just maybe a touch and just kind of hinge to here, and then just let your arms do it and be real aggressive to the ball. That flew really far, but that's kind of what you expect out of a lie like that. But number one thing is to get it out. Don't open the club face as much. Hinge, hit down on it. So that's the first lie. We kind of get out here all the time. If you're playing a municipal course or a you might want to bury that a little more. If you're playing a municipal course and the bunkers aren't as good, obviously, it's really hard to have good bunkers at a golf course with no maintenance. So that's the first one, is kind of skinny, no sand, be hingy, hit down on it. The next we're going to show you is how to play the plugged bunker shot. Taylor's trying to recreate a fried egg over here, a plug lie. So I showed you kind of like the hard pan, no sand underneath it. Taylor, what are you thinking when you have a ball plugged like this?
So instead of coming up here and thinking, great, here we go, I still have my pinky off the club. I do not open my face whatsoever, though, on these types of shots.
Do you use the 58 or 54 in this?
I will still use my 58.
Okay.
I also tend to put it in the middle of my stance, or more towards the middle as opposed to the front of my stance. And I'm just going to really try to still hit the sand onto the green, but continue my swing and follow through. Not the stabby shot that Tyler was just demonstrating.
Do you, on this shot, do you try to hit the golf ball first or the sand? I know you're trying to hit the sand on, you still try to hit the sand here. Yeah. Okay, so that's something that I feel that's different, and maybe I'll show you how I play it so you get both of ours, but here's what Taylor does. That got out really nicely, and you know, like Taylor said, it's a really big mindset thing when you walk up and you see a plug lie. Some are worse than others, and it's really hard to stay positive, but having this shot in the bag, especially when there's a lot of sand in the bunker and you're going to get plug lies, it is very good to have. So that's how Taylor likes to do it. Let's see, let me get behind you here. So Taylor kind of plugged that one. It's really interesting that you try to hit the sand, because I'm the complete opposite. I actually try to hit the golf ball. She's not gonna open the club face as much. She's still gonna try to hit the sand on them.
And I always, if you're on a slope in the bunker, I always lean with the slope.
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't know how you do that.
Do what?
You hit the sand like that when you're playing the plug shot. Well, there you have it, folks. Okay, so recap, kind of like your plug lie thought.
So yeah, when I have a plugged lie, I just try to make sure that I'm not opening up the club face. I am putting the ball in the center of my stance, and I'm just really trying to take a bigger swing and really follow through all the way instead of just the normal decel. So I'm really just trying to take a full, almost like a 10 o'clock type swing, and just trying to get the sand onto the green.
Sure. Let me see if I can show you. If you can't, what I'm gonna say is a compliment to you, is if you're not as advanced of a bunker player like Taylor is, that's gonna be really hard to do, because I don't play my plug lies like that. So what I do is, if I walk up here and I see that, I'm not gonna open the face as much. Same as Taylor, I play it a little bit back in my stance. I almost actually square the club face. Essentially, I'm actually gonna try to hit the golf ball first, and I think this kind of comes with being strong, or being stronger than Taylor. So I'm gonna try to have the club face completely square, and I'm gonna hit the golf ball first, and then from there is when I kind of dig down into the sand to try to get it on. But I don't think I follow through, because when I do that, I hit too much sand and I can't get it out. I'm pretty much still in the same lie. So here's how I play it. Club face square, I'm gonna put it a little bit more back in my stance. I'm gonna take it, but I'm trying to hit the golf ball first and really just accelerate through it. I'm probably gonna choke down a little bit too, so I have less and more speed. Pretty good. See, I feel like I hit maybe just a touch behind the sand there, but my feel is trying to hit the golf ball first and then going down from there to get the sand onto the green like Taylor said.
And like we said, not everyone's feel is going to work for everyone, so you really just have to try out multiple ways and see what's the most consistent outcome for you.
Yeah, for sure. I honestly thought that you and I played plug the same. Turns out you're better than me. Like I said, from the face-on view, I'm going to probably have my stance a little more square. I'm gonna have the club face completely square to where I'm trying to hit it. I'm gonna have it a little back, and I'm trying to hit the golf ball first and have speed through it that way. That's how you play a plugged bunker shot, folks. Two ways. You got the best of both worlds. The last bunker tip we have for you is like the 30 to 40, maybe even 50-yard bunker shot. I feel like I've played these really well because I didn't know any better. I just pretty much treat the 30 to 40, maybe 50-yard bunker shot as is, like it's just a pitch if I have just my 54 or my 58 from the fairway. So what I like to do is simply that, just kind of treat it as such. If your ball's not plugged or anything, if you're plugged and you got 50 yards,
Good luck.
just good luck, get it out, do what you can. But if you have a fairly good lie in the bunker, I walked it off. It was about 25 to the middle of the green. So what I'm gonna do is I have my 54 here. I don't like hitting my 58 out of the bunker just because I don't want loft. I don't want to hit the sand too much. So I play it pretty much in the center of my stance. If I'm playing like a 30-yard pitch shot, that's pretty much what I do. So I'll grip down about halfway. I'm just gonna turn through it. It's not the same as using your arms in a short bunker shot. So really just kind of treating it as a pitch shot. I'll dig in, put it a little back in my stance, and I'm really just treating it like I would if I was in a fairway. So that really works for me. I actually learned how to hit this when I wasn't very good at golf, because I would do it with a pitching wedge. I was scared to use loft. And even better, if you're trying to hit it further and you don't have like the speed or the experience to do it, use your pitching wedge to get it out. But that's pretty much how I do it. Just imagine you're in a fairway, you're hitting your 30 to 50 yard pitch shot. The main thing about hitting this is keeping your speed, just like you're hitting a pitch shot. That's how you hit the 30 to 50 yard bunker shot, folks. Maybe use less loft, treat it just like you are in the fairway. Maybe grip down halfway, play it in the middle of your stance, and just act like it's grass. Just keep your speed up, hit the golf ball first, and you'll hit it like that. So that's a wrap on another TC Tucson video.
Hopefully our tips can help you out, but if not, sorry.
If not, we're sorry. Keep doing what you're doing. Let us know if this is different than the way you play bunker shots.
And we're not perfect out of the bunker shots, so if
definitely
you
not.
want to throw your recommendations or suggestions in the chat, please do.
Yeah, and if these tips actually help you, let us know. We'd greatly appreciate all the feedback. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Please bear with us. We're still new to all the tips and tricks, especially, we couldn't figure out where to put a camera. But hopefully the content is good and you understand where we're trying to come from, so you can go practice it yourself. I would say those are 3 or 4 of the most common bunker shots that you have. Let us know if it helps you, and let us know how you do.
And by no means are we PGA professionals or certified golf instructors, so please remember that. We are just amateurs trying to have fun.
Yeah, hopefully y'all can relate with how we're trying to teach you, and you don't have a PGA professional telling you how to do something that's way too hard. We try to dumb it down, and hopefully that's how you get it. So if you like the video, let us know. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It means the world to us to have all the support, and hopefully y'all are enjoying the videos. You got anything else to say?
Nope. Thanks for watching.
We'll see you in the next one. Peace.